Hi there, my name's Paws from the Yoga Home. Thanks so much for joining me on my foam rolling yoga practice. So it's one of my favorite ways to release the connective tissue and fascia because I like to stretch and move and do core stuff as well. So I mix in the yoga with the foam rolling myofascial release. So if you're into that and you have a foam roller, let's begin. So we'll start in seated. So all you're gonna do is just sit on the foam roller. Okay, I usually like to start with my glutes because it seems like my hips are always the tightest. So you'll just lean back and do a little bit of rocking, basically, kind of like the windshield wipers we call in yoga. Just feeling that along the sacrum and the glutes. If you really want to go down to the sacrum and do that, you can just go up and down very gently. So usually how I teach my foam rolling yoga classes, it's a very particular way where we're super conscious of the movement and the speed of it. So you're not going really, really fast through it, okay? So it's just, for example, I'll do one side of the glute, and I do sections of it. Okay, so just little tiny sections where I'm moving back and forth. Or if you're doing a big muscle group, you go super slow. And you'll see when we get there. Okay, so glutes, I just do little sections of closest to the midline, then the middle, and then the outer edge. So you can, we won't do it too long. It's just tiny little movements back and forth. And in our massage practice, we call this frictioning. So it's just kind of like back and forth. And let's go over to the other side. I start with the mid line, just on beside the tailbone on the outer edge there. And then move to the center. And then the outer edge of the hip bone. This will be a short practice, but if you want to do a workshop with me, I am going to be offering one soon. So let's go right where the attachment points are, where the ischial tuberosity, your sit bones, and the hamstrings attach. And you'll just be moving and pointing and flexing your feet. Okay, sitting nice and tall, point and flex. And let's do a little bit of a neck thing. I think I'll just face you here for a second. Let's do a neck stretch. Okay, so sitting tall, bringing your right ear to your right shoulder. Breathing here. And you can do the point and flex if you're really that coordinated. At the same time, go for it. Good, so then we'll come back and roll all the way down the hamstring. So go really slow, super slow. And I know sometimes it feels painfully slow, but the less pressure actually is better to release the fascia. So we always think more pressure, it has to hurt. These are all old school ways of thinking and old school of thought. So we don't want to put more pain in your body if you actually are in pain already, okay? So let's just, sometimes when I do the IT band, I really use a lot of my body weight and strength, which is a good workout for me. And I take off pressure. I don't just put my whole body weight into it. Okay, and then we can quickly do a release on the calves as we stretch it out and bend the knees and straighten the knees, basically. The foam roller will move a little bit. You can use your hands to move it down if you want. Another way to do the calves is slowly, if you stack your legs and you just roll down, picking up your hips as you roll. Make sure you do both legs. if you're doing that. It's harder to do it slower because you're picking yourself up, and you know, it's a little bit of, you have to hold your body weight. Okay, so my favorite are the quads. Let's come into knees in front of the foam roller. Make sure you have enough room in front because you'll move forward, right? So you'll be on your forearms. Just have the foam roller above the knees. And then slowly keep your core engaged so you can lift your hips. You're not sinking and arching like that. And then slowly you'll walk with your forearms and your elbows as you roll slowly down towards the hips. Just use your breath to stay focused. And then coming back once again, nice and slow. If you find a spot that you feel like you need a little bit extra tension, you can bend your knees and move side to side. This one sometimes doesn't feel that awesome, but if you do have to release a certain area, you can do that or flex. So this is basically like when you flex and extend from the knee, it's like a pin and stretch. So it's kind of like an active release. Okay. So you can do that a few times. Sometimes going over to the side on the outer edge there is nice. Okay. And then let's bring our foam roller just for a little break for the legs. We'll just do a little bit of a movement in the forearms. So rolling from wrist to elbows and then eventually flipping it. Good. Stretching out in a nice child's pose. And breathing into it, soften the forehead. And then coming back. Okay, and now we'll do the side. So usually I do mix yoga in with a lot of this, but we're just kind of primarily doing the foam for now. But like I said, if you want to come to one of my workshops, that's when I incorporate the mix. Okay, so this is where you'll feel the pressure. And to feel less, I will pick myself up using my foot and my two hands and my hips to do way less. And I just kind of move it where it feels good. Really slow. And I've been walking and a lot actually, so I can start to feel it in my legs and my glutes. Good, and then we'll flip to do the other side. So if your wrists are sore or you can't hold yourself up, this might be a little bit difficult for you to do it slow and less pressure. Just kind of let it soften and melt. But let me know in the comment sections below if you actually really do want me to post a video doing a full yoga foam rolling class. Usually I just do it in 2-hour workshops, but I might be able to put together a little tiny sneak peek for you. So let me know in the comments below if you're interested in that. Whew, that just feels so good. Okay, now let's just do a little tiny neck. So you can lay on this and just look up towards the ceiling. Let your shoulders drop. Let your arms relax. Looking up to the ceiling, you'll just look from side to side, so left to right. And completely soften the neck. You can massage it a little if you want, when you get to that one side. Just whatever feels good for you. Good, and that just kind of softens the neck up, especially if you wake up with a sore neck. Place this aside. We may use it for Shavasana. And then let's just do one hip opener before we close. So bring your right foot onto the left leg. Now this may be enough for you. Flex the right foot. Press gently on the inner thigh. And if not, pick up that left foot, interlace behind the hamstring, and then pull towards you. Breathing. Now, you can use the foam roller to place your foot on it for a little bit less pressure on the hip. But if you don't feel anything, pick up the leg, interlace, and then relax the shoulders. Good, and then breathing, you should feel that around the outer edge of the right hip. And then we'll switch sides, other leg. Same thing, if you want to start with putting your foot on the foam roller, then placing your left foot on your right leg. Keeping that left foot nice and active. Good, and then exhale to release and place the foam roller just under your knees. Let your legs relax. Let your body relax. We'll just do like a 1 minute Shavasana here. Just let the feet relax. Deep breath in and out. And then let everything settle. You can start to feel the fascia soften, the bones and the muscles. Nice soft breath in and out. And then bringing deeper breaths back into the body. And we'll slowly bring our knees up into the chest. Roll to your side body. Stretch it out. And then slowly come up. And that's just a quick little demo for some ways you can use this. Let me know, like I said below, if you're interested in the yoga foam rolling full practice. And thanks for joining. I hope you liked it. Namaste.